Pastor Penny Hogan from Westside Presbyterian Church, and I'm standing here outside of Oasis, a haven for women and children here in Paterson. Today I'll be speaking with Jennifer Brady, the Executive Director. Hi Jen, it is great to be with you again today. And 2 years ago we were together, standing 6 feet apart outside with masks on. Tell us a little bit about how things have changed and where you are today.
What we've seen in our soup kitchen is that pre-pandemic number of 150 meals a day is now at 400 meals a day. So even though people are going back to work, we still have families who are behind on their rent, behind on their utility bills, who really haven't recovered financially. But I think the most troubling thing that we've seen is the effect of the pandemic on the children. I think that most people don't realize that while our suburban neighborhood schools went back to school in-person learning, that first September of COVID, Paterson didn't go back for a year and a half. So our children were home trying to learn remotely. You know, most of them have parents, most of our families, the parents aren't English speakers. The parents aren't able to help their children with the work. But what really was stunning to us was to learn the number of children that were left home alone during the pandemic because mom and dad still had to go to work. They still needed to earn their money so they could have a roof over their heads, and there was nowhere to send the kids. So the kids were often being left home alone. It was quite sad. And so it was really a lost year and a half for a lot of the children.
So wonderful that you had services here that could help them. When we were talking earlier, you mentioned that you were able to open and supplement some of this to provide the haven for the children and parents. Could you tell us a little bit about that and how that's working today?
Yes, Oasis never shut down. We didn't lay anyone off. Our teachers for the adult women taught during the day remotely, but we were open in person for the after-school children. So at 3 o'clock, the children would walk here, they would get the hot meal, and they would be in a classroom with an actual teacher, and they could bring their work with them. They brought their Chromebooks or their paperwork, whatever was happening, and they were able to get some level of instruction here. But what we've seen is across the board, all of the children in our after-school program are a year or more behind where they should be academically. And so you and I spoke earlier about the fact that we expanded our facility during the pandemic. We added 10,000 square feet, so additional classrooms, additional space for counseling. And so we have more children here than ever before. And we've had to hire additional teachers, reading specialists, math specialists, bilingual instruction teachers, so that we could address those needs. We've also added some Saturday classes, and we're hand-picking the children that have the most intense needs so that we can address that to try to get them up to grade level. Because the saying goes that you learn to read and then you read to learn. And if you don't learn how to read in those first couple years, K through 2, it's really hard to recover from that. So we're really trying to address the needs of our youngest learners. The families that are coming to us now are coming for a bevy of reasons. They're coming for food. The moms are coming for classes to get their high school equivalency degree to learn English as a second language so they can get a job. These are women who have a lot of hope, and they bring so much to our community. And they want what you and I want for our kids, right? They want what all of us want. They want their kids to have safety and to be able to learn and to be able to find what they love to do in their life, right? They're just like every other mother. And we know that if we can change the life of a mother, we can change the life of a child.
And I'm just mindful that your tagline is Oasis, a haven for women and children. And I can't think of a better word to describe what you're outlining for us today, and that this is the haven for those families. And what a blessing that you are here in Paterson to be able to reach them, and they know that this is a safe place.
Yeah. I'll tell you a quick story. I had a woman in my office recently. She had been quite sick during the pandemic. She had a brain tumor and she had 5 little children. I said, Fidelina, I never asked you this question. How did you come here? And she said, I walked. And I said, no, not how did you get to Oasis today? How did you come from your country of Honduras? And she said, I walked. And this is how much people want to find hope in their lives. They want to find the promise of a better life. This woman walked here when she was 19 years old by herself to find a better life. And this is why Oasis is here, to help lead them to that better life.
Well, Jen, thank you so much for taking the time today to give us some insight into the work that you're doing and illuminate some of the challenges that we know about, but don't really know about. So we're thankful for your time and blessings on all the work that you continue to do for the women and children here.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all of the support you've given us over the years. It's really a true blessing.
As you have heard, the women and children living in Paterson are facing enormous challenges. I hope you'll join me in donating to our Advent campaign to raise $55,000 for 4 mission partners that are serving the community here locally. Whatever you're able to give, we thank you in advance for your generosity.